go for it. Sell it now. Because I don't think that guy knows what he's doing. Now, in terms of the MP5 and the SAR from the previous week, I am happy to sit here and confirm that they are both comfortably sitting in the positive at the moment. Now, of course, not everybody who bought these skins has the ability to be able to sell them at the moment. However, they are both comfortably in the positive for now, and we can appreciate that. Let's see what happens when more potentially get dropped. And speaking of that, we should probably roll in with the idea of probably talking about the likes of what's coming up now with the Copenhagen Major, the CS2 Major, that will be kicking off on the 17th of March. Now, of course, many of you are aware it's the 8th of March right now, but to all those people here that aren't fully in the know in regards to Counter-Strike, we're going to be receiving sticker capsules and autograph capsules, and that of course is going to have stickers and of course autograph stickers within them, and typically a lot of people really want them, and wouldn't you guess they're going to probably spend a lot of money. Now here's the thing, a lot of the people who are invested into the likes of Rust, you shouldn't be too surprised that they're also invested into the likes of Counter-Strike. Like, Counter-Strike is quite literally the backbone of the Steam market as a whole. I mean, there's a reason why it's usually only Counter-Strike things on the front page of the main Steam market. But rolling with this, you should be aware that we're going to be getting some Copenhagen stickers, and everybody's going to be chasing after them. And to those who are invested into Rust and Counter-Strike, it's more likely that they're going to unload their Rust skins. So, to all those people out there who might have bought a cool-looking double door recently or something, such as the long double door, you should probably be a little bit worried. Keep an eye on your buy orders, because if loads of people start unloading their stock, well, that's going to lead to problems, isn't it? So be prepared for things like this, especially with some of the skins that might have boosted up in price recently, such as Legacy Kevlar. As you can see right here, this is doing a little bit better, with great thanks to the fact that we got the, the new Legacy Kevlar boots and gloves, which are selling quite a lot themselves. Yeah, with these appearing, yes, we have seen a nice bit of a spike in demand, spike in price. So we can see that right over here. Goes up a little bit. But I don't know if that's going to hold. Yes, we might have a full collection of Legacy Kevlar now in terms of the clothing and armour, and it's very nice. And of course, with the new nightlight that was introduced with the March Force wipe, maybe people are preferring to use some black clothing and armour and whatnot. I am still worried. I am still worried. So, for all those nice, interesting things that we've had released recently, I mean, you know, not too long ago, we just had the very cool-looking special items such as the Dragon Launcher and, of course, like the Spear and whatnot. Be careful, because whilst they are currently sitting at a reasonably high price, I am a fair bit worried that our prices are going to start going down. However, I will also point out that in general, skin prices have already gone down, haven't they? Ever since the end of January, we've been seeing prices just go... I mean, we could go ahead and take a look at the likes of the Legacy Kevlar kilt right here, because, yeah, get a good look at that. That's been basically the state of things since January. A reasonable start with a reasonably higher price, but towards the end of the month, it kind of cools down and it goes down. Not every single skin is lucky enough to be able to have a continuation appear to give it a bit of a boost, but let me tell you, I don't think that's going to hold forever. So be prepared. That's the answer. Now, how long will it last until? Well, typically it lasts until the summer. So if we just quickly hop over to here, we of course had our March Force wipe yesterday, had a nice player count, 144,000. I do expect it to peak even higher tomorrow with Saturday. But let me just look into the past and bring this up. So of course last year for the the very beginning, the what's the word I'm trying to say, post-Christmas 2023, very big fat player count, loads of people playing, peak player count was very good, average player count was very good, but it slowly starts to go down a fair bit, down in February, down in March, down in April. It's unfortunate, but this is a yearly pattern that tends to happen every single year. So with what we see here is what we also see in regards to, well, how do I say this? The decline in prices we could potentially attribute with the fact that less people are playing at the moment. You know, during the likes of post-Christmas, people have just had their, their Christmas time off and whatnot, and during that time off, they probably jumped back into Rust, felt reinvigorated and motivated to play the game again and whatnot. But, you know, that probably only lasts for a while, and then gradually less people start playing. But what happens around the summertime is the fact that, well, kids, they're out of school. More specifically in the Americas, summer vacation. So suddenly, around May time, it all really starts to pick up, and suddenly you'll see the likes of the player count increase. Maybe we might see something just as good as July 2023, maybe. But basically, as we look at the recent times, you can see it's happening all over again. So, thank you very much for your subscription. I wasn't anticipating. Thank you, Kibo. So, much appreciated. In regards to what we have going on here, don't be too surprised. Just wait it out until the summertime. But, as you might have noticed, and as we've just showcased here with the likes of this kilt, if skin prices are going down at the moment, there will surely be a point where they stop, they stagnate, and then from then on, they start to rise up in price. So this is where I have to bring up the Copenhagen Major properly. So, this is all going to kick off on the 17th of March, but we very likely might see the release of the new content potentially appearing maybe tonight, or most likely someday during the weekdays next week. Most likely that's going to be the case. Now, initially, loads of people will be chasing after those new stickers and whatnot, but the real kick in the teeth for the Rust people is going to be when the sale happens. So at some point, just after the sale, just after the tournament finishes, it'll probably be maybe around the middle of April, there will be a 75% discount for the Copenhagen sticker capsules. And that means lots more money will be thrown towards those capsules, because they're going to be a whole lot more cheaper and a whole lot more affordable. And of course, a lot of people probably want to open them. But in short, even more money is going to get thrown towards the stickers in the Steam markets, because they're going to be cheaper, and people are going to start trying to build up some investments and whatnot. They're going to start picking away at some of these stickers, hoard them in their inventories, and unfortunately this 75% discount might go on for a very long time. The last one from last year, Paris 2023, the 75% discount lasted for 100 days. It lasted over 3 months. And things weren't very good around then, but then, after a while, things did improve. So, let's just kind of go back over to here, look at these skins, and I'm going to sit here and say, perhaps things won't be so bad, because prices have already declined quite, I don't want to say sharply, but it's gone down across the board. Many skins have already gone down pretty bad, and with the likes of our post-Christmas not exactly being super great with, back in January, I don't think we might see it so bad this year, because it's already bad. Yay! But the point still remains. If prices are potentially going to get cheaper, if you got some money to work with and whatnot, maybe you might want to look around and pick up some of these skins. Knowing that around the summertime, what's going to happen? The kids will return. They'll be playing Rust. More people playing the game. More demand for skins. What do we expect? Potentially skin prices to improve around July, August time. So, the choice is up to you, but the opportunities are definitely kind of building up now. What collections you might want to go after, it's up to you. You could look at the meta skins, you could look up certain camouflage skins. Like, I'm noticing even Forest Raiders has already peaked and started going down a fair bit. Actually, no, that's still going up. Wow. People are probably buying that because of flashbacks, because, yeah. We don't currently have a flashbacks tier 3. Sob. Didn't happen this week, did it? Maybe next week, we shall see. But anyway. Keep an eye out, look at certain skins that usually have a lot of interest and whatnot, and see if there's an opportunity. Some prices might have dipped. Alright, I'll go grab a few and we'll see what happens around the summertime. So, get a good look around, see what potentially is on a bit of a downward trend at the moment, and start making considerations. Maybe will people want to use that in the summertime potentially? Well, I can see it's reaching a new low, so I have to start considering things. So, yeah, just look at all the skins and start making some considerations. Chat, is there anything that's on your mind that you think probably relates to this? Feel free to sit there and say something. Some of you might be questioning, do I want to jump in Legacy Kevlar at the moment? Personally, I'd probably wait at least until the likes of the boots and the gloves have left this current Rust store, and then, yeah, we'll see what happens next after that. So, yeah, you've got to be very observant now, and you've got to try your best to survive. I did give out many warnings back in January, talking about this impending major, not that one, this one, Copenhagen, but yeah, Counter-Strike is steadily improving. Like, if I were to go to here real quickly, if I just click this, I go to Steam DB, like more and more and more people, not that, here we are, if I go to, let me go here, and then here. Yeah, the player count for this is only increasing. Like, it had a very bad downward slope around here, around January, but since then it's just been going up, 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 up. More interest is being put towards Counter-Strike at the moment. Lots of very interesting things potentially on the horizon for that, but unfortunately with the likes of Rust, it's going to probably get a bit neglected. But hopefully we do see some interesting updates around the summertime. We are still aware that there's potentially a new biome on the horizon. There's current mentions of the likes of new bikes, motorbikes and whatnot being introduced, potentially as early as maybe next month, we shall see. Got to keep an eye on the commits, of course. And I just saw there, Mr. DeBest Twitch streamer said, Legacy Kevlar good long term. Well, so as long as it reasonably maintains a decent amount of demand, everything could still work out perfectly fine for it. In fact, let me show you something that relates very nicely to the likes of this. I'm going to go back 2 years, and I'm going to discuss the likes of Dragon Rage. So 2 years ago, back in 2022, we had the Dragon Rage collection appear. This was the approachable budget blackout option back then, but of course after this we had the likes of Pirate Collection. Then of course Legacy Kevlar, it lost its it lost a lot of attention and it suffered because of that, but we don't need to worry too much about that. I want to pretend we're back in 2022 and I want to look at the kilt, because the kilt just so happened to appear just as another Counter-Strike Major appeared. So what we could do is we could learn from this and see what the behaviour for our Legacy Kevlar skins could be. For it was back then the go-to budget option for blackout skins, or rather a blackout budget alternative, the best option. You get the idea. So anyway, what I'm going to be referencing is the major that we had back in 2022, which was the Antwerp Major. Not Rio, Antwerp. Now Antwerp took place in May time. So that was just before the summer, technically speaking. So hopping back over to here. Where are we? There we are. This, back then, released just as May started. And what do we see going on here? Well, during that period of time when the major took place, it went down. And let me remind you, it sold a lot. This sold a lot. I can quickly show you this. Dragon Rage kilt. This did like 35,000 sales. It was in demand. People wanted it. And I can confirm this did 30,000 plus subscribers. So there was a lot of demand. There was a lot of interest. So hopping back over to here, it went downwards. And that was very unfortunate. But, you know, timing wasn't, you know, helping it out very well. However, when we approached the summertime, it did improve. And it did go back up to its price that it sold for in a Rust store. So from what we can see here, very likely could happen with the likes of Legacy Kevlar, but that leans more into the idea that it could go lower. It could go even lower. So with what we've seen recently with the Legacy Kevlar kit right here, learning from what we saw the likes of Dragon Rage, yes, we've been very lucky to see a continuation appear, but what's going to happen literally just after this? It might go back down to going even lower again. So we've got to be observant, as I said, and we've got to keep an eye out for these things, all right? So there's going to be many opportunities, and, well, going to keep an eye out, put our money where we think potentially could lead to a success in the future, and yeah, you get the idea. And Chucky Chew has sat here and said, crypto market does well, more money to be made. Well, I don't know if this counts as crypto, but maybe. So, yeah, it is what it is. Try your best to look around and find some nice potential profits and nice interesting things to invest into, and try your best to compare to skins from the past and see if something in regards to behaviour could happen all over again. Will we see something very similar happening from what we saw here during this period of time, potentially happening to likes of our Legacy Kevlar kilt and potentially the rest of the Legacy Kevlar set? We shall see. But that was just an example that, you know, you brought up and I worked from there. So go and explore, look around, and, well, best of luck to each and every single one of you of your